Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Welcome to episode 7 of the Stump Gang, the Long Road campaign. We're really excited. This is going to be a big resolution, possibly with the 848. Big standoff going on. But before we get into the homebrewed stuff and where we are, let's introduce the players. Below me, directly below me, the Buildmaster General, Phil Billy 330 is playing Roswell the Alligator.
What's up, guys?
Right next to him, our official, unofficial partner in TTRPGs, Wizard's Respite, otherwise known as Ash, is playing Tex the Armadillo.
Howdy, folks.
And then, last but certainly not least, probably our channel's biggest fan, Hope Child, is playing Ruby the Sparrow.
Hey, guys.
All right, so to recap where we are, I'm not going to go all the way to the beginning because, like I said, we've just come too far now, guys. You're going to have to go back and listen to really catch up. But where we are right now is the 848. The Stump Gang has gone to rescue Ruby from the 848 in the Riverside warehouse. Roswell has snuck into the inlet on the river. Just in time to find a big standoff because Ruby actually managed to pick her locks. She evaded quite a bit of capture. However, she got headed off by the octopus and the sniper in the big kind of like shipping room. And then we saw Roswell coming up in the back, and it's going to get crazy. Meanwhile, we know that Tex and I forgot his name. He's an integral character,
The driver.
to the entirety of the story, and Bert. Thank you.
Bert
Jeez,
McCluskey.
sorry guys. Bert and Tex are going in through the roof to try and rescue Ruby. Little do they know that Ruby's already run to the ground floor. We also have completely lost track of Stella. She has vanished, and the only thing we know is that it seems that she may have drank some of the mutagen, their little mutagen water bottle, before she did. Really, the Stump Gang stormed to go rescue Ruby because they actually think Stella was going there. So that's kind of where we are. We do also know that the 848 was hired by General Braddock, and we know that the 848 are mercenaries on the anti-hero sort of side of things. And there is some sort of weird relationship between Ocho and the 848, which is his crew. I think we're all up to speed now, right, guys?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so in my textbook fashion of not starting with the characters that everybody wants me to start with, Tex, you you and Bert have made it onto the roof. There's no gunfire or anything yet, but Bert is getting squirrely, and he thinks you should go in. He just basically looks at you and goes, "Look, I'm sure he's already started a ruckus. We just can't hear it. Let's get in there and get Ruby out. Get the lay of the land."
All right, let's get this done.
All right.
Yeah.
So the warehouse is so just for everybody's edification, this is a warehouse, a shipping warehouse on the Ohio River that would ship to boats and whatnot, as well as trucks. It's a very large warehouse. However, it is defunct and has been out of service for many years, and just basically sitting on the riverside waiting for demolition. So the roof itself is flat. There's a lot of different, little vents and all the things you find on a normal industrial roof. However, you do see a door kind of leading in, off to the east side of it. The east side of the building, you see kind of like a door, like one of those kind of standing up doors that would go into a stairwell going down. And then you also see possible another point of egress, one of those kind of V-shaped window banks, skylight banks, kind of off to the west side of the building.
I'm gonna probably see if I can't take a peek in through the skylight first. And so I'd like to sneak over and prowl over and see if I can't take a peek.
No need for a roll right now. I do want to say, everybody, that everybody's control right now is universal, and it is at 20. You guys do not have a ton of control over the situation, so it's at 20. No need for a roll at this point, though. There is no one on this roof looking for you in any way, shape, or form. I do want to point out one other thing. There is a helicopter at the far west side. This roof does not have a helipad, so whoever landed this helicopter was incredibly skilled at putting this thing down. And it looks like an old school Huey. So it can hold quite a few people in it on the very far western side, like right up against the kind of ledge over the edge. I would say probably about 50 feet past the window is where you see the helicopter. There's no one in it or manning it in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Are you still going to go to the window bank first?
Yeah, take a look down inside.
Okay, you head over to the window and you look down inside. You basically, what you see below you is just this kind of large, it looks like this area at one point was the office part of the warehouse. So there's old desks that are kind of defunct. Maybe some have some sheets over it, a lot of dust. There does, you know what? I'm going to have you give me an intelligence check real quick. Actually, no. Do you have tracking as a skill?
Oh,
I don't know if you do. I'm just checking.
it seems like something I would, but I don't think so actually.
Okay.
I think wilderness survival doesn't really. That's not really it.
You know what? I'll let you roll wilderness survival if that's what you got, because it would kind of count here.
And it's a control of.
Oh no! If it's a skill, you don't add control. You're just rolling your percentile for the skill.
Gotcha. And I have to roll under, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Getting back into Palladium.
I get it. I get it.
So many games.
Take a month. We take a month in between. I get it.
Yeah. All right. So actually, yeah, I rolled a 3, so I definitely rolled under it.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. So your keen wilderness survival eyes, I'm gonna say it's not really the tracking part of things, but the wilderness survival still gives you an idea of like looking for things that have been recently disturbed, kind of things that would keep you alive, that sort of thing in the wild. So you kind of use that knowledge to kind of when you're surveying the room, and you see that there are a ton of scuff marks. A lot of dust has been unsettled. It looks like there was either a fight or a chase or some sort of kerfuffle in this room recently.
Well, Bert, looks like there's been a little bit of a fight in here as it is. I think we better get in there, but keep our eyes open. I think our bird might be trying to fly the coop, or so maybe something real bad's happening.
You want to go in through the window or the door? The window is it's not that high of a ceiling in this office. This kind of like office complex. You're looking at maybe a 10-foot drop to one of the desks. 15-foot total.
Well, look here, Bert, I'm not exactly a super spy or whatever it is you call yourself, but it seems to me that if they're going to put an alarm on anything, it's going to be the door. Does that seem about right to you?
That seems dead on to me. Whereas this skylight would be much harder to booby trap or set up with an alarm. Not impossible, but harder than the door.
All right, that's what I kind of thought myself. So why don't we make like a rope or something, drop it down in here, see if we can't get down, or maybe just hop down.
Okay. How are you going to get the window pane off?
Okay, so is the window pane like a sealed?
Yeah, they're okay. Basically like it's basically like almost like a peak shaped thing, and it's about 7 panes across, so 14 total panes of glass. The panes of glass are roughly 5 feet long, probably about 4 feet wide, easily enough to fit through, but there's glass in every one of these panes.
Is there any? Does it open at all? Is there any doors or anything like latches or anything?
There is a latch. It's a really old, rusted latch. You can attempt to do something with it, but I will say you risk breaking or damaging it. But there is kind of like an emergency latch on one of the panes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and go for that. Would lock picking
Yes.
be useful here?
Most assuredly. Go ahead and give me a lockpick roll.
Okay. Oh, and I got a 2.
Wow.
So I'm doing pretty decent tonight.
For how terrible your rolls have been in the past, I feel like the rolls have come back around for you.
I'm hoping so.
It's real good. I got some dangerous shit planned for you. All right, so you fiddle with it. You realize that the latch itself has rusted and expanded slightly. So if you weren't cautious, it would have easily cracked the very old panes of glass up here, and possibly sent glass just raining down in a very loud cascade. But you managed to expertly avoid this issue, snapping the latch out and pulling it out without cracking the glass. And you manage to pull the pane it's on hinges, so it kind of pulls open. It's just a kind of an emergency kind of sort of hatch on it. So it just kind of flips open. You've got to be very careful to lay it down without shattering it on the other end. But you get this thing open, no problem. Neither one of you brought any rope though.
Oh. Well, darn it.
Yeah, which was stupid on your parts, but everybody kind of left in a hurry.
Yeah.
He brought a machine gun. He didn't think to get rope.
Yeah. And I guess I took rope as one of my skills I'm trying, but I never actually got rope. I need to remember that for next time. Actually go and get the thing I have a skill for.
Bert actually, yeah, you do. Bert actually goes, you know what? I got an idea. Hold on a second. He pulls off his coat. He's got it long. He's like, look, you're way lighter than me. I can hold you. I can lower you down. Then you're only dropping about 6 feet. And then you can go check the door and get it open for me. Or at least survey what's going on inside.
That sounds like about as good of a plan as we can get in this situation. Let's do it.
All right. He hands you kind of one end of his coat. You kind of like go over the edge, and then he starts to drop you. I'm going to have you make... we're going to do the PP check. The good old PP check.
Right. That's the D20, right?
Yeah, no, that's...
It's still the...
It's all percentile. This is your PP with control,
right.
Which is 20.
Okay. All right, PP... Which actually is not... Ooh. I did not make that.
Ooh. That's not good. All right. He starts to lower you over, and you just slip right off of his coat. You fall backwards. Give me... Let me see. Let me see what kind of thing I should make you roll for this.
Be nice, Zach. Be nice. Listen, some of us are already damaged.
I always try and be nice. I don't know if I pull it off, but I always try and be nice. Go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and do another PP check.
All right. Oh, that was a natural 1.
All right. You manage to catch yourself in midair. You spin around. You manage to catch the end of a desk, so you're going to take reduced damage. Just roll it here. All right, you're going to take 3 points of damage, just like smacking off the desk. And that damage, what's your AR? For your
12.
Okay.
The armor
I'm just going to roll a d20, basically for the inanimate attack on you. And if it gets above a 12, it hits your hit points. And if it gets below a 12, it'll hit your armor. Your STC.
Okay.
It is an 18. So there goes your luck. So you'll take 3 points of damage. It's not to your hit points yet. It's to your natural SDC, not your armored SDC first. But you, not your shell, basically.
Okay. Got it. Then yeah, if I'm down there, then I'm gonna hop up and start making my way over to the door, just trying to figure out where the stairwell is.
All right. As you basically turn in that direction, basically back towards the east side of the warehouse. As soon as you do, walking in from the stairs is the gunslinger.
So there's no way to hide at this point. Right?
No. He walks right into you. There's no way to hide at this point. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta remember what his name is. I think it's six shot or something like that.
Yeah, that's 6 shot.
6 shot? Was it 6 shot?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sounded right.
6 shot.
I wrote down names. I was smart.
This guy, he's got a poncho over his military fatigues. He's got a cowboy hat. He's got like a cigarette in his mouth. Actually, he's got a toothpick in his mouth, not a cigarette. No, fuck that. He's got chew. He's got straight up fucking chew in his lower lip. He walks around the corner and just sees you. You being in a cowboy hat and a revolver. He kind of like looks you up and looks you down. And he goes, "Well, howdy."
Have to admit, I appreciate the fashion sense. Yet, I think we may be on opposite ends of a argument at this time.
He looks at you and smiles. He kind of walks to the side slightly to kind of to slowly pace you so that he's not, the desk isn't in between you two. He goes,
"Okay, I do the same."
So you're just circling each other in this room.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, I gotta say that is an unfortunate scenario because I would love to talk with a slinger, especially a slinger that is 4 foot tall armadillo. You are quite the interesting specimen. It surely is a shame that we find ourselves on the other end of things.
I have to admit, I wouldn't mind learning a few more details about you folk, but there's a lady here waiting on me.
Oh,
I'm going to try and circle him.
Okay.
So that his back is to the window.
Oh, up top?
Yeah, if I can try and maneuver that.
Yeah, okay. All right. You're both maneuvering. I'll give him a check in a second. But you guys are slowly maneuvering. He goes like, "Oh, you must be talking about the bird. God, heck a lot of trouble that girl's giving us. I suppose heck a lot of trouble all you've given us. I mean, I wasn't in the field or whatnot. I mean, we would have gotten it done if I was in the field." And he takes a quick spit of his chew and looks at you.
Where I come from, man doesn't talk about what would have happened if he happened to be there. He only he speaks with his actions.
Oh,
and I
have
to say the actions your folk have been speaking with makes me a little worried as to what's where my friend might happen to be.
Oh, it's not personal. It's just business. Ain't no need for the barbs or the spite. I will say I am kind of happy, just slightly, that we do find ourselves on the opposite end of things. He takes the front part of his poncho and flips it over his shoulder, Clint Eastwood style. And then he just looks at you and goes, and then he kind of like really quickly like tongues his fingers, and then kind of like brings one hand down and he goes, "Because I've been waiting to do something like this for a long time. I hope you're as fast as you present yourself to be."
I'm gonna flip over like my duster. I have a little duster jacket. I'm I'm gonna flip over my duster so it's kind of slung back over my revolver, and say, "Fast and accurate." I'm gonna draw.
Oh, we're going to come back to you in a second. All right. Back down in the warehouse. So to write a better scene than I did last time, you guys are in specifically the area that they would load onto boats. So there is 5 different docks that... So the room that, say, Ruby is standing in the room, then there's a small, like, dip in the room where it actually goes down to the waterfront. The front of the docks is actually closed by this like big door that kind of barely hangs on its hinges, but it actually doesn't seal it to the water in any way, shape, or form, because this old warehouse, they don't really care if people decide to swim through the Ohio River to get in. Yeah, so it's just, there's just some old kind of like, they're not even really doors. They're like the kind of like folding, God, that's so hard to describe. Like folding loading bay kind of sheets, you know, not sheets, but, you know, like just plastic and kind of clear plastic that just kind of like go across a rail along the tie. Almost like what you'd see in a closet door. Like that's what you see along the entirety of this front. And then you see this series of 5 docks. One of the docks is just dilapidated. It's gone to shit. It's not even really there anymore. You just see where it was. But you see enough space between each to get a small boat in where they would kind of like load up the boats and whatnot. Roswell, you're coming up the far end, right? You come up out of the water onto the staircase, and then you can kind of come up to the actual level where everybody is. So to set a kind of like spatial awareness, this is a really big room because it is a loading room. You are about 70 feet away from Ruby and the octopus, right? You're at the far end of this fucking thing. Inside the actual room on that higher level is a lot of like stacks of old engines and parts, different stacks of like chairs and office equipment that wasn't used anymore, stacks of kind of like whatever, and then towards the far side of the wall, along the far like northern side of the wall, because you're on the eastern side of the building, so the northern side of the building are empty scaffolding where they would have stored pallets.
Okay.
You following me so far?
Yeah, how far are they away from me?
The scaffolding?
No, the actual group of like.
Okay, so here's what you see as far as group goes. When you walk up, you see the octopus is roughly 60 feet away from you at the other end of the room. You see Ruby. She's just come through the door at the other end of the room. And then I really quickly want you to... Actually, I got to roll for that because they would be prowling. Give me 1 second. Oh, there's the names list right there. Jesus. It was right in front of me and I just missed it. 15% plus. So it'd be...
It's okay. We won't hold it against you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a 61. Okay. So you do see one other person, just barely. In the scaffolding is only about 20 feet from you because you're on that far side. And she's maybe like 30 feet away from you, like closer to the other side in the scaffolding. You see at the very top of the scaffolding, kind of in the darkness, she's very obscure, and you're positive that no one would see her in here, but she doesn't expect somebody to be coming up from behind. You see, I can't remember exactly how I described her. I think she had blonde hair with a white streak, but long blonde hair in a ponytail with a white streak of hair going down the center, and a big patch over her left eye, and just a big, nasty, Russian-looking rifle with a scope on it, hunkered down on the top scaffolding with, and she's got the perfect kind of camouflage on, like urban camouflage, and she's just like eyeing down the barrel towards Ruby.
And that's the sniper chick, right?
Yes. You have not previously met the sniper chick, but yes.
And so she's, you said, about 60 feet away?
No, she is only about 30 feet from you.
Oh, okay.
However,
does anyone see me come out of the water or no?
no one has seen you come out of the water. I rolled for it. However, I do want to point out that the sniper chick is roughly 25 feet up in the air because she's in the top of those scaffoldings that people would use forklifts to get down. Like it's a big open room, so she's up there.
Okay. Have I actually stepped out of the water? Or is it just like my head coming out of this sewer?
You had to step out of the water to kind of climb up the lip. So you're out of the water, but nobody sees you. You're kind of on the edge. Because like I said, there's the main part where the stuff would be stored. But then there's kind of like the whole thing kind of dips down towards the docks. So you would have had to come up that lip.
Did Ruby see me since she's facing me?
Ruby, I am not sure, actually. If Ruby would have seen you. Ruby, give me an intelligence check with control 20.
Okay. Give me just a second. Oh, shoot, that's the dice I gotta get. Hold on 1 second. That's the one thing I forgot.
You're fine.
Yep, I got a 22.
All right. You do see, very far end of the warehouse, you see the crocodile's head poking out.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it as a thought because I don't want to bring attention to him.
He's 70 feet away. He's at the other side of the warehouse.
Right. But I'm gonna notice that he's there, but I'm not gonna bring attention to him just in case if I need his help.
Okay. So at this point, Roswell, what are you going to do? Because I don't want to roll for initiative yet because you're in that kind of moment before the octopus and Ruby end up having a battle. So I want to kind of try and figure out what your next action is going to be, basically.
I would like to try to stealthily, since I have a bit of surprise, approach the scaffolding that the sniper chick is on.
Give me a prowl check. You do not add control. It is a skill.
Yeah, I have 70%.
Sneaky giant alligator.
2.
Nice. Okay. All right. So now give me a climb check.
I have 65. And I rolled a 64.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So
This time I had to climb up that embankment, I think, too.
Yeah. So you kind of like see your opening. You move really fast, kind of like Leatherhead style, like on all fours, like scuttle across the the floor, keeping yourself very flat. Nobody sees the movement. You kind of almost serpentinely snake into the scaffolding, and then you're able to just kind of like use your large limbs to climb up it, very methodically and fast, so that you can definitely get level with the sniper. It's going to take a round for you to get there, so I'm going to switch over to Ruby and see what happens in that round. Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the octopus has heads you off. This has gone quite far enough.
Listen, I was just trying to work with you guys, and you weren't listening.
I have had enough of your bullshit.
You've had enough of mine. What have I done?
Get back upstairs and get the shackles on, or this gets ugly.
I think that's a no.
Initiative.
I got a 19.
That's a good initiative. He did not get a 19, so you get to go first.
That's right, Octo.
Ocho!
That's right. No, it's Octo. Alrighty. So I was going towards the door. They stopped me from going out the door completely, correct?
Yep. Well, you got through the door, and you ended up in this shipping area where you could have gotten to the water,
Yeah.
and he dropped down in front of you.
So in the shipping area, is there any like skids or anything in that area?
No, there's no actual equipment left. It's just kind of like stacks of old, like, useless crap, basically. And then the scaffolding across the northern wall. And the southern wall is the water. Just pointing that out. Down the lip into the docks, that's the southern wall.
So, okay. So is there anything that I can use physically, like a weapon of any sorts in reach?
No. You do have your shackle still that you were using against the...
Right.
You did have a shackle around your hand, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
I'd give you a little bonus on that.
So I'm going to try and maneuver myself to where I can handcuff myself to him.
Handcuff yourself to the octopus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay. Okay.
Well, because that way, if he goes somewhere, I have to go with him. Like, he's going to have to somehow get that shackle off. And if he's working with the shackle, I then get, and I'll have an advantage.
Jackie, I am in no way criticizing your action here. I am just trying to figure out how to make you roll for it. That's all. I think I'm going to make you do a grapple. I just need to find the grapple rules in this Book of Death.
Okay. Don't mean to be complicated.
Yeah, that.
It's not you. It's just that the book is badly organized.
Book, yeah, I remember.
So
yeah.
it's hard because I know there's rules for grappling, and it's probably in some weird fucking spot.
Fantastic! Great book. No.
Entangled. There we go. Okay, a defender can attempt to trap a weapon or arm of an attacker. This is done instead of parrying or dodging and takes up one attack per melee. An entangle is successful if the defender rolls above the attacker's strike roll. It takes one attack and a roll to entangle to keep an opponent's arm or weapon entangled every melee round. In order to get free, the entangled opponent must roll a dodge. So here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
We're not going to worry about you're going to automatically maintain the entangle for the most part if you catch him, but you'll have to go by the rules of catching him. So you're going to basically have to pass and let him attack you. So you might want to take your punch first if you want. Unless you're really just trying to entangle him. If you're just trying to entangle him, you kind of have to wait for him to go
I'm gonna punch, kind of like distract him at it so he doesn't realize what I'm doing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to then shackle his wrist to mine.
Like I said, the shackling is a defensive action, so you have to let them attack.
Right. Well, I have two actions. So
right. So you're going to save one action to shackle, is what you're saying.
Perfect. That's fine.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so take your first attack. Throw that punch. Wild Haymaker from Ruby. Trucker Sparrow coming in hot.
I have a 21.
Wait, that was the guns. Is that? Yeah, no, that's Ocho. Okay. 21. Where's my Ocho? Yep. Ocho has a plus what to dodge?
Fingers crossed you roll bad. Roll Octo!
You hit. Roll damage. Your unarmed attack. Do you have your unarmed attack written down?
Yeah, but can I use like the brawl kind of when I do that, when I hit him?
The brawl.
Yeah, my brawl. I have a brawl skill. Like when I punch him.
Oh, brawl.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying bra. B-R-A.
No,
And
brawl.
I'm
Like, you know,
first of all,
yeah,
I don't
use my
understand
brawl
why
for
the
my
bird needs a bra. Second of all, I don't think it would do any extra damage. Your brawl. Does your brawl do additional damage in some way? Let me check it out real quick. Brawl, 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 brawl. So you're talking about hand-to-hand basic then?
Well, yeah, because aren't we hand to hand right now?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm not saying you're not.
Okay.
But you don't actually get any additional anything from that other than the level of it, which I think level 1 just gives you a plus to roll with punch, if I recall correctly.
Well, it gives me 2 attacks and 2 actions, so it gives me those extras.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
would be dealing with 1d4 damage, but you're adding your physical strength, I believe, your physical strength bonus to that as well. So there should be a plus to damage on your combat skills when we did the cheat sheet,
Okay, yep.
and that's what you would be using for your punch.
Okay.
So a d4 plus that.
Here we go.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
No. Sorry. You have boxing, right? As well?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that you have an additional attack for melee via boxing, which is actually probably where your second one is. And then you have some extra strength and SDC. So, okay. So I was just making sure there wasn't like an additional punch damage to that or whatever.
Yeah, because, it just has that one. Okay, so we good.
I do need you to remember this, and you should probably make a note of it. Because you're skilled in boxing, if you ever roll a natural 20 on an unarmed attack, you automatically knock an opponent out for 1d6 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Which is fucking epic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, it's crazy because unarmed damage does almost nothing in this game, but she could literally, like, with a lucky blow, just basically take an opponent out. You do 8 damage?
Yes, sir.
Pencil. Let me get my pencil.
Yeah, no, that's what's he said I could take the boxing and stuff. I was like, yes, I'm gonna take this and win.
And win.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
All right, your brazen attack just catches him completely off guard. You step in and just jack him right in the face. You actually feel like his whole like big malleable head like roll around your fist as you punch through it, and he actually staggers backwards, shocked by your attack. His attacks are about to come, but the first thing that would happen after punching him would be one eye would take her shot. But Roswell, you are in position to stop that from happening.
Okay. Am I at the base? Or I climbed, right?
Yeah, you're up behind her. I want to make sure... Let me just look up a stealth attack real quick, because I think this is possibly the first time we've ever actually had one happen.
Yeah, I don't think... I know I haven't
We've been
partaken in that.
ambushed so many times, or... So, like, we've never been able to, like, been on the offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You guys are definitely in usually a point of sneak attack. The attacker may lie in wait, ambush, attack from behind, or sneak up with prowl on an opponent. If the foe does not discover the attacker, then the sneak attack is successful. The sneak attacker always has initiative on the defender, and the defender is not able to parry or dodge the sneak attack. So nothing special extra. You do straight damage, but you hit them. As long as you roll above a 5, you hit them with your first attack.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Is there a way? I'll see if you allow this. But what
Okay.
I want to try.
I
to
like
do
creativity.
Is I have the teeth, one of my teeth in one hand, and I try to like put the other hand over her mouth and just stab her.
Whoa!
Oh.
Dirty. Yeah, I'll allow it. Why wouldn't I allow that?
Crocodile. Well, I mean, I'm attempting to attack her without letting her scream to.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. In that case,
He's doing the hitman move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done. You quiet.
I feel like he's
Give me
done
a-
this in the swamp.
Right?
Give me
He's
a-
just swum up and just like. "Ugh."
give me a PP check with control of 20.
Okay. Roll a 27.
Ooh, I
And
might
my...
get it.
I did because I have
Yeah.
a PP of 17.
All right. Your first attack, she won't make a sound. So go ahead and roll to hit her.
And that's just D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 9.
Oop, nope. Go away. A 9.
Yep.
That is a good amount of damage. Let me find her.
And I gotta do a D6 plus 3 plus 4. Oh crap, where's my D6?
Takes her. So one. I need a notebook for this shit. There we go. We'll just use this.
I roll a 3 plus 3 plus 4. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well,
And then
10
bleed
10
of
damage.
Yeah.
And your character has like 1,000 attacks.
Yeah, 4, I believe.
Okay. All right. She's you basically don't catch her full back, but instead your teeth just like rip across her right rib cage, just sawing a big old chunk out of flesh.
Okay, what kind of roll do you want me to make, like, to keep her?
Yeah, basically
Like,
every
over
round
her mouth.
every attack you do, you got to do a PP.
Okay.
I will say this: since you've already found her mouth, actually no. I'm gonna change it up.
Or should it be like a grapple type?
I
don't
think
know.
it'll be physical strength at this point, because the first one PP is to find her mouth in the dark, but the physical strength, now you've got her mouth, so now you just have to hold on to her face to not let that scream happen.
It's a little better. No, I don't get that because I rolled a 56 and the thing's 20, right?
Yeah.
That's a 39 I'm rolling against, so I failed.
Okay. All right. So at this point, she howls. Basically, I'm gonna say she bites your hand, like bites into your like scales a little bit. You're like, ah, and she just like, no, ah, and like swears in Russian. At that point, you see Ocho like turn with wide-eyed fear. It's still your attack though. You've still got
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna keep stabbing.
three
I got
more
3 more
attacks.
stabs. 13. Do I add anything to that? I don't remember.
You add your plus to strike. Any sort of plus
One.
to strike.
Okay, so a total of 15.
15. she is going to parry that. So after she bites through, you kind of come in with another stab. She spins around with her rifle and actually kind of blocks your teeth.
At that point, since I'm not holding my mouth or her mouth, I unsheath the other knife and slash with that.
Okay.
Right.
15 plus 16 this time.
That one will hit.
Okay. Damage rolled a 1, so that's 8.
Okay.
And then she has a bleed of 3. I don't know if that comes into account this round or not till her
It doesn't come into a round until I think your next turn, if I recall correctly.
Okay. All right, and then final stab.
Mm-hmm.
9 plus, so 10.
She will dodge that with a 16. So you rear back, pulling off your second blade, bringing it back up. She's already blocked the other one with both hands on her rifle, so this digs deep into her high shoulder, and just you pull back, just more blood sprays off her. She screams in pain. You come at her with a third strike now, freed up with the other attack, and she literally just like, desperate to get away from you, leaps off the scaffolding in a desperate bid to get away. And I am going to really quickly roll some saving throws here.
I mean, that's a harsh move, but she's
Yeah.
getting stabbed to death by.
Oh, yeah, you got to get the fuck out of there, man.
I like it, man.
I'll take fall damage over 2 giant teeth machetes any day. Any day.
Yeah. From an alligator man.
From All right, 2 one eye. She has that plus there.
Roswell is very scary.
He's a good friend to have.
Yeah.
The funny thing is like, I'm not that strong. I'm just very tanky and do a lot of attacks.
It's the lot of attacks that really separates you apart, I think. Okay, she's going to take another... Oof, that's bad. 14.
A fall kills her.
Might. I don't think it'll quite get her, but it's brutal. She took a lot of damage. 32, so that's... No more SDCs. It's down to... Okay. Alright. She's like, you swing that last punch. She just leaps backwards, pushing off backwards, knowing she's in trouble. She actually hits her back onto the scaffolding behind her. It plummets her forward. She goes crashing through just like this old board, that like an old pallet that was just still there. The wood shatters around her as she comes down through it, slamming into one of the metal cross frames below, ping-ponging backwards, like her whole upper half catches that, flipping her end over end before she crashes to the concrete ground with a well of dust just popping up around her in a pool of her own blood. I will say this, Hope Child, you no longer have to worry about Ocho attacking you. Because Ocho just turns around and goes, "No!" and just starts like sprinting across the ground towards One Eye.
Was that his lady?
They're all his ladies. Well, his ladies and fellas. They have a very complex storyline that I was hoping somebody would get into, but that person did not get into it. So you guys may never find out about them.
Was that me?
No, it was not you.
It was
most certainly
I'm
Hope
sure.
Child. I'm not upset in any way, shape, or form. It's just the way the game is played, but they do have a complex backstory that we just might not ever see. I can't count the number of bad guys as a GM that have just gone without anybody knowing who they were or why. But who knows? I've got some plans in motion. So Ocho just starts sprinting across the floor. No, leave her be! And then just like running towards Roswell. He's using all of his actions. He gets about like 30 feet, and he's actually using his like tentacles whip off him to kind of grab like different pieces of scaffolding and stuff to pull him closer to just try and move as fast as he can to protect One Eye.
Like the octopus from Finding Nemo too. Finding Dory or
Finding Dory, yeah.
Finding Dory's great.
Voiced by Al from Married with Children. Yeah. So we're gonna switch back up to upstairs.
Cool.
All right. So we're gonna do something different with you, Wiz. We're gonna do something very different with you. We're gonna do a showdown. Okay. So you have a D20 right now. He has a D20, right? Mm-hmm. Every time you guys focus your D20s, right? Your opponent will gain a +2 to hit you. However, your damage of your shot when you do draw, should you hit, is increased by a D6. Okay?
Okay.
So here's how we're going to do this. Each round, each of you are going to decide whether it's time to shoot or not. That's what you're going to do. We're going to take turns going back and forth and doing this. When you decide to shoot, though, he gets to shoot first, and if he hits you, all your damage is lost. So the idea is you need to try and take the shot when you can get a good amount of damage on him, but when he can miss you. So you have to ride that line, basically.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Maybe.
Okay.
So
if you need me to explain it to you again, I will, because I'm terrible at explaining things.
So if I got it right though, like we're both standing here. Instead of rolling initiative,
yes.
We have to decide whether or not we're going to draw or not.
Mm-hmm.
And fire. And if we do draw, we get a +2 to hitting our enemy.
Okay. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. Each round, you get to decide whether you draw or you don't. If you draw, your opponent gets to take the first shot on you. Okay? If you do not draw, then your opponent gets a +2 to hit you when you do draw, but you get a D6 extra damage when you shoot him.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Yeah. I think with how Tex, can I say anything between rounds?
Yes. Fuck yes.
Okay.
Why do you think I made this way?
Perfect. Tex would definitely. Tex is one of the he's a cowboy. He definitely would say something along the lines of, "This is last chance here, son. I need to get my friend and make sure we get out of here all in one piece. We never leave one of us behind. I'm sure you can understand that. So if you want to walk away, now's the time to do it."
All right.
I'm going to hold my draw. I'm not going to draw quite yet.
So mark down. Well, you know what? I'll just keep track for both of you. All right. Tex has a +1 D6. And now your opponent, 6, has a +2 to hit. All right. He looks at you for a long time, and he goes, "Yeah, I understand that. We'd never leave somebody behind either. Been a long time since somebody called me son, though." And then he spits with a little hate on it. He's also going to take a turn. So you now have a +2 to hit. And he has a +D6.
So there ain't no change in your mind? I'm going to hold for one more round.
Okay. So he's got a +4. And you have 2d6. And he goes, is what it is, son. And he's going to say draw. So, you get to roll. Now, if you beat his roll, you hit with your extra 2d6 damage. If he beats your roll, he hits with his d6 extra damage. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now, you have a plus 2 right now. He has a plus 4.
Okay.
Make sense?
It makes sense.
All right. I got to find a good Western die over here for him. I'm going to do that one. All right. Roll showdown.
All right.
All right. His total is, let's see here. He's got the 14 plus the 4. He is at an 18 total to hit you.
My total was 24.
Whoa! Tex wins. All right. So roll your bullet damage and then add 2d6 to it.
All right. I got that insane gun.
Yeah, it's 3d6 on that, isn't it? Or is it 4d6?
It's 46.
Oh, fucking shit. I forgot that thing is a... You realize that the
monster.
sniper rifle is 5d6. That fucking revolver
Jesus.
makes canoes out of people.
All right, so 16 plus 6.
So it would be a total of 66.
66.
66 to roll. That's how much damage.
And so 22 damage. Shit.
Whoa! All right.
That's right. Don't mess with my boy.
Not this. I need the damage. There we go.
Yeah, I definitely want. I'm hearing Western music right now.
Some Eno Morricone for sure. All right, so you did 22 points of damage, which would put him to wow. Okay, so right into hit points. All right, you both skin it. Your shot hits him. His shot goes wide, hits the wall. He staggers back, like falls into a desk. Kind of old school Western style, you know, like he takes it, staggers, falls into a desk. Oh, damn. I gotta say, I ain't never been beat before. And then he falls over, flat on the ground. Dust poofs out in front of him.
Ooh. So is he not moving right now?
He's not moving.
Oh shit! Did I kill this guy?
Give me an intelligence control check.
Someone playing possum.
It's just the honor of the duel.
Okay, intelligence control. And my intelligence was... control was still 20?
Yes. Has not gone down. Might end up going up because you guys are winning right now. There are a bunch more 848s to get involved, though.
I hit my intelligence straight on. I rolled a 29, and that would be my intelligence plus that I control.
All right. So your gun's smoking there. You're watching him lay there, and you see him breathe. He's definitely faking it.
All right. Is his gun hand in sight?
He fell onto his gun and hand.
Okay, he's down on his gun.
Do you say anything? What do you do?
Yeah, I definitely would. If I see him breathing, like I'd say, listen, we can end it now, but you're not in a good way. And I think there might be a wiser way for us to end this than me finishing you off.
You hear him go, "Oh shit! I really thought that'd get you." And then he like slowly rolls up against the desk, and you see there's a large blood stain on his gut. He has his gun in his lap, but he's not like trying to draw a point on you. He knows he's gonna get. He's like, "Damn, Really thought that'd get you. Well, I can't win them all.
I come from a swamp. I know how to tell when someone's playing possum.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you can go ahead and end it. I won't try and stop you. You won fair and squares.
Why don't you toss that gun away, and you might live to see another day or two.
He looks at you and goes, puts one finger up and goes, compromise. Pulls up the revolver. One finger clicks the chamber open. Chamber falls open. He rolls the bullets out of the chamber so that there's no bullets in it. He then puts it up so that you can see that all chambers are empty. Then he folds the revolver closed and holsters it. Gun's my daddy's. I can't put it down. Might as well kill me if you're asking me to do that.
Alright, I can respect a man honoring his father's legacy like that. But I need to make sure you're not going to be doing something stupid as soon as I walk out of this room. Do you got anything on you? Any handcuffs? Any rope? Anything?
Oh, you got a hog tie me? Jeez, kid. I was like, all right. He pulls out like a little zip tie. Zip ties his hands. He's not in any way, shape, or form concerned about being tied up. There's a very obvious reason for that, but
there's a very obvious reason. Oh, because of being like shot to death, I guess.
No. There's another one.
I'm sure he's been trapped before.
Everybody in the 848 has a get out of jail free card.
Okay.
Her name is Seventh Sign. It's like there, bound and gagged. Good to go now.
Can I do like an examination of him to like what would that be?
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say this as a game master on good faith. He's not gonna do anything. You've won. He's got a big old gut wound in his stomach. He only has 22 hit points left, so the only way he would do something is if, like, in a room you drag somebody in and try and kill them or something. Like one of his teammates. Like, he's not going anywhere. He's beat.
All right. On your honor and your father's gun, I reckon that I can let you see another sunrise.
At this point, you hear another voice, kind of coming towards the room from the west side, deeper in, and you just hear, Ugh! Sixth chamber. I thought I told you to stop shooting at shit inside. I know it's an old building, but it ain't supposed to be target practice. And I'm trying to do good work in here.
Shit. And Bert is still up top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at the guy, 6-shooter, and say, you might want to tell him to meet you downstairs and save a friend's life.
Nah, he ain't gonna come out of there. 4 ain't gonna do nothing. He's fixing 2 hook right now. You're safe, Brand. Just don't go back there. We all
these
square.
names.
I had to write them down to keep them straight. It is a team of 8 guys. Like, so it's it's a lot easier than naming them all like Steve and John and Jack to remember. Like, I'd be really in trouble at that point.
Yeah. All right. So in this room, I look around. There's a door on the west hand side. Are there any other doors to this area?
Are there any other? Okay, yeah. There's a door behind you that goes to the stairwell that goes down, for certain. And then there's the door behind him where the voice came from.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the stairwell then and go up to see if I can't get it unlocked and get Bert down here.
Okay. All right. We're going to switch back to the fight downstairs. Okay. So downstairs, Ocho has started to just fucking sprint towards Roswell. The entire time he's yelling into his communication device, "Summon sign! Extract one eye! Extract her now! Summon sign!" Just moving towards Roswell as fast as possible. But it is Ruby's turn. What are you doing, Ruby?
Well, I'm shackled to him. Am I not going with him?
You did not successfully. He never actually attacked you.
Dang it.
You punched him. Roswell diced the girl, and he just turned and went to go for her.
So I'm going to run after him as fast as I can with my speed of 24, and I'm going to try and get as much as I can behind him and like jump and like almost like punch him in the back of the head.
All right, we're going to do a really quickly contested physical prowess or PP check.
Okay.
To see if you can catch him, basically.
Okay.
So you're rolling PP, you're adding control, and we're basically going to take the difference in how much we succeed by. Or fail by, for that matter.
And I'm rolling my percentile, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He rolled very well.
So that would be a 34, and I got an 8. I got an 18.
Okay. He is a total of, so his PP is 17, 27, so he is a total of 23 under. So, I'm pretty sure he beats you. He is just Spider-Manning through the scaffolding with his tentacles. You're doing your best to keep up, but you're not pulling it off. And it's at this point that through the doorway behind you, the parkour guy is going to finally catch up to you.
Forgot about that guy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of guys. It's easy to forget about some of them. The parkour guy, like, rushes out of the door. He goes, "Come on, Birdie! Is this all really worth this, man?" Pulls out his double Uzis as he's sprinting towards you. However, he does, because Ocho yelled at him, he does kind of, like, put the Uzis... He has this kind of, like, weird double holster on his back for them, and he puts them on his back and just continues to sprint after you.
And that's Two Hook, right?
No, this is Trip.
Okay, Trip. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
He's the skinny parkour guy with the double Uzis.
Right. Yeah.
Two Hook you fucked up, and 4 is trying to fix him, basically. He was the one in the truck.
That's right.
Okay. That's right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna then. Would I notice that he's coming at me?
Yeah, from behind you, definitely.
So I'm gonna. I'm gonna start like throwing the trash that's around me at him as I'm like as I'm running. I'm gonna throw it behind me and like distract him to where it's gonna make him hard to see me with things being thrown at him.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna make a check for him, basically. All right. The trash does not seem to slow him down. He is the parkour guy, so you do actually like pull some of the stacks of chairs down as you're running. You knock over a trash can in his way, but he manages to kind of like really nimbly and over the top kind of sprint over it, like very like it's parkour style. So it's not like he can't just like vault the fucking thing. He's got to do a monkey flip over it and then like a double somersault like every time with Trip.
Right. So the next thing, what I want to do is as the trash just I'm running past it, is there something that I can like physically, like maybe like a trash can or something, grab it and just like hit him with like a like almost like a baseball swing with it?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah, let's do it.
So that's what I want to do is I want to continue running, so he's thinking I'm continuing running, so he's coming after me.
Fake
so I want
out.
to almost like a sudden stop and just like bam, hit him.
I like it. Give me a roll. This is a melee roll though.
Okay.
So it would be a D20. You're making an attack.
Yep.
Trip. Where do I got Trip? 17. 17 on Trip. I need a die for Trip. What are we going to do with Trip?
be so cool if she nails him. He's hopping over all
Yeah.
this stuff. And then he just goes,
Right. I'm not thinking that it's gonna come at him, so it's gonna be like,
Yeah, you definitely
Right.
got him. For the trash can, I'm going to say it's a D8 damage.
a D8 damage.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's single use. So you're breaking this.
Right,
you're
no,
bending it.
you're good.
It's wrestling style.
Yeah.
This thing's going to turn into a soda can.
Fantastic. I'm so excited.
Add your damage, too, as per se usual.
Okay.
shit,
Yep.
man, they haven't made movies like this in a long time. Like, I haven't seen this kind of shit in an action
This is so
movie.
much fun. This is so
This
much
is-
fun.
21.
21. 21 damage?
Yeah, because I have all my pluses and stuff equals 15.
No, it
15.
does not.
No, so
There's no fucking way you do plus 15 damage, Jackie.
because I have on here it says +2 here, so I
Okay.
have 2 there, and then I've got another 2 for my other damage down here for my speed. So do that because it says add 2 for either a punch or dodge or parry.
That's to hit, not for damage.
Oh, okay. So then
That would have added to your attack roll, not for
okay,
damage.
right. So no, then I'm at 12. Sorry.
12. So how
Yes.
much? Wait a second. How much did you roll on the dice?
I have a 6.
So you're saying your plus to attack people is
6.
6.
Altogether, I have right here. Yeah. So it says add is +6.
It's within the realm of possibility.
That's crazy.
That is a lot of damage, though.
That's
Mm-hmm.
my 2 hit is also a +6.
Yeah.
That's your to hit though, not to damage. Plus 6.
Right.
is-
Not to
Yeah, my damage is +6.
I don't think that's right though.
Well,
Well, that's what you told me to put down. So
I'm not-
I put 6.
I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying I don't think that's right. I've got to check it real quick because you're
mine's 4, so I guess it's possible.
it's definitely possible, and she had a lot of brawling skills. I just want to see here,
Yeah.
because her physical strength. The problem is her physical strength is only 11. So there's just I don't see any way that she could possibly have that much damage going into it, because that doesn't give her any plus to damage. So I don't know where she's getting the other
Plus 1.
6 points of damage.
That's what you told me to put down. So I put what you down. It told me
any
to
of
do,
the
boss.
skills
You
give
get
any
stop
damage?
being defensive. I'm not mad at you. I'm
Because
just saying.
that's why I was like,
wrong.
I'm like, I did because we did the math, and I'm like, okay, let
This
me
is
put
this
me.
is not the garage. Nobody's upset. We're just gonna make sure that it's right. That's all.
If not, I will change it because that's what I have wrote down.
I
so
know.
I'm
I know.
cool with
That's
it.
why we're changing. We're trying to figure it out. It's just
Yeah.
with a plus 6. I don't. The thing is I don't want to just tell you it's not damage because you probably have a plus 6 in something else, and somehow we wrote the wrong thing down. Is what I'm saying. So
Gotcha.
I don't want to
No,
just
and
take your
that's
plus 6
possible.
away.
Yeah.
It says plus 6 damage on the sheet.
Yeah.
Doesn't say like plus 6 to parry or strike or roll with punch or
No.
anything like that.
Nope.
Okay.
Just +6.
Because let me see here.
Because
So-
you said because with me when I go to do the damage and stuff like that, you said that it was added from what is the word you were using for it? You said because of my strength. You said because there was a certain number I got for the plus strength that I had, and then you said that what's the other one?
What's your strength score?
My strength
Yeah.
is 11.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any pluses from 11. That's the thing. You don't get any pluses from strength until you're at I think a 16. So
Yeah, I think they're all 16.
Okay.
so that wouldn't have been anything.
Would skill give her a +2?
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, because
think so.
I have athletics. I think and that's where you said there was one for +2 when I do damage and stuff like that. Or I can't remember what the other one was. 'Cause-
Yeah, there's nothing in athletics. It does give a lot of bonuses to strength
Yeah.
though, from what her stuff is. So I'm
Right.
afraid that somehow she got a bunch of bonuses to strength, and she didn't record it on the stat,
thing.
but I'm not sure. +6 is too much, though, I think. I hate to derail it for this, but...
No, you're good. Because, that's bra.
All right, so what are your... Beauty. So you've got boxing.
That one's speed.
Yeah, I don't see anywhere where you'd have a +6. I think maybe a +6 was from, like, a weapon that you were using at the time.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. So, okay, no. So I will be at a plus, it'll be a 9. Because, of course, I have the damage, because you said, because that would be for any hand-to-hand, I would automatically get a +2.
Where... I said on a hand-to-hand you get +2 damage?
Yeah, I get +2 damage because of my boxing background and my brawl, and those two, you said those would add damages to hand-to-hand.
Okay, you don't get any bonuses from damage for boxing. Like, at all.
Right.
So that was wrong. That was a misunderstanding. Let me look up
you're
hand-to-hand. What's your hand-to-hand level? Is it still 1? Like hand-to-hand basic
level 1. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have that. It doesn't give you crap until
No, it gives you
2 or 3, I think.
+2 to roll, to pull or roll with punch.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So you're not doing any additional damage at this particular juncture.
Okay, that's fine.
Not.
Cool.
I think you and I at some point should just go over your character again and make sure that we did
get all the numbers correct.
Yeah. Because
we did kind of like skim through it a little bit.
It's all right. But yeah, you're not doing any additional damage.
Then,
it's just
all
gonna
right.
be the
So we're doing it'll be then a 6.
The 6 damage. Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, trip.
Sorry, guys.
It's
I'm just going by what going by what I wrote down on the note. So
don't feel bad. Palladium is an incredibly complicated system. It's very hard to follow. It's no big deal whatsoever. I mean, it's highly possible. I told you the wrong stuff too. Like the mistake's my part. So like, don't worry about it.
You're good.
Okay.
This is part of the TTRPG sort of thing. Like it's a game about math.
Right.
You know, sometimes you have to just do the math.
Exactly. Yeah, we did ours real quick. So I was like, okay, he told me to put it here. I'll put it here.
Yeah, and it could have been a misunderstanding in the moment too. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things to keep track of. So don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I get it. That's why I was like, I'm trying to write down all the notes I could.
You spin around, so he comes up over the seats, kind of with this monkey flip, and right into the trash can. You catch him completely off guard. It's kind of like wrestling style, like it hits him and he does that head over ass flip. He goes past you and kind of like scrapes in the dirt, hitting the ground. He's like, "Oh, Jesus, lady!" And then so you still have an action though, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go.
So I'm going to take off and run straight at him and just like literally launch the trash can into his face again to try and kind of get him those Uzis off of him so then I can do the box fist to fist. Like I want to see his strength compared to Ruby's.
Okay, all right. So you're going to try and do what with the trash can?
Take the trash can and I'm going to run at him and literally launch it into his face.
Okay, all right, cool. Give me a roll.
I have a 12.
12. All right, Trip. Ooh, Trip is gonna dodge that one. So you rush at him with the trash can. Yeah, you throw the trash can. He kind of rolls up to his hands and knees, sees it coming. He does this instead of just knocking the trash can away because this is Trip. He steps in with a full spinning roundhouse kick to it and just knocks it. So that it goes down the lip and into the water, basically like whooshing, and he's like wah-ting! And then he comes back around like Bruce Lee style at you. And at that point, okay, whose turn would it be? I think it would be actually Trip's. So Trip is gonna rush you. He just rush in. I think he just has the 2 actions. Yeah. First attack from Trip. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Don't even worry about it. Critical failure. So he kicks the can out of the way. He comes back around like Morpheus in the fucking Matrix. Does that hand like come get some. Then he rushes forward, and as he rushes forward, just slips right in the dust and face plants in the concrete like, son of a bitch! And just loses his other action from his critical failure.
I love how these guys talk. They are like they're not malevolent or like anything. They're like a hodgepodge of personalities.
Back with Roswell. Roswell, the sniper is down 30 feet down on the ground. You're still on the top of the scaffolding, and basically the octopus he's I want to say he's probably about 30, he'd be about 25 feet away from you, moving through the scaffolding with his tentacles. No, the fight is with me. Whoa.
Whoop. Who'd we just lose?
We just lost
Jackie.
Hope Child. It screwed up all of our people faces. There we go. Hi, we lost you there. You okay?
No, accidentally my computer went dead, so I was like, no, I had to.
Oh, went to sleep.
I'm like,
All right.
what is that? Sorry, guys.
You're fine. All right, so what do you do, Roswell?
I want to say, I'll yell, "This is foolish, calamari."
He actually stops. He's gonna stop 15 feet away in the scaffolding. So he's like midway up the scaffolding while you're standing there. After you say that, he stops. He goes. He looks at you for a second, not expecting, like he actually stops, not expecting the levity of what you were saying, because when he fought you before, it just kind of felt like he was fighting a monster. And he kind of looks at you and goes, Would you be willing to go for an exchange? Your bird for mine.
Come on, I look like a reasonable guy.
The octopus actually, like, it's hard to tell when he's smiling, but it seems like he's smiling. And he looks at you and goes, Not going to lie. Part of me was looking forward to alligator soup. You can tell he's saying it as like kind of like a jest of respect to you, basically.
That's a funny thought, but I'll tell you that's all it ever will be, a calamari.
Well, let us allow the futures to decide. I'll call off my dogs, you call off yours.
If this is to happen, I suggest your dogs stay very far away and there'll be no more problems.
A contract is a contract. And it is a very lucrative contract. However, maybe in the future, we will consider parley first, with you and yours. I am not sure I believe in the giver of the contract anymore.
Sounds like it's time for a renegotiation. You know, all these agencies, they can be dealt with one way or another.
At this point, a portal opens up next to One Eye, because he had already called her. And you just see like two hands like reach through the portal, just the upper half of Seven Sign, grab One Eye, and kind of pull her through the portal. Ocho looks at it, and for a second, for like a hot second, you're like, shit, now I'm going to have to fight this guy. I've lost my only leverage. But Ocho actually is a man of a word. You see Trip like get up, and he's about to attack Ruby, and you hear Ocho go, Trip! That's enough. Let them leave. Trip stops and he's like, wait a second. We're not capturing the bird? First we're capturing the bird, then we're not capturing the bird. Boss, you gotta make up your mind. Trip, shut up. Go back upstairs. And then you see him. Trip actually looks at you, Ruby, and goes, no hard feelings. And then he just kind of like starts to walk past you, just very calmly. Oh, could not hear you.
I think you might be muted.
You definitely said something, and we could not hear it.
Until next time.
He's like, don't make me like a enemy or anything. I don't need any arch nemesis. He just keeps on.
I love this guy.
I like Trip too. Trip's fun. Yeah. So at that point, Trip leaves. While Trip's leaving, though, Ocho watches the both of you to make sure that like you guys stay honorable. And then Ocho kind of like, you see his tentacle like wrap back to one of the scaffolding, and he slowly starts to pull himself backwards through the scaffolding to allow you two to leave.
Oh, I leave. I wasn't supposed to be here in the first place.
So did they leave through the portal, or they're just kind of standing down?
Yeah, they're standing down. The only person that left through the portal, so like Seven Sign dragged One Eye through the portal, basically, to get her out of harm's way. And then that's when you kind of, Ocho could have pressed the attack at that point because you didn't have the same leverage anymore, but he was a octopus of his word and backed off, basically.
I'll like jump down from the scaffolding as safely and badass as possible. And where are you, Ruby? Like, did you run or?
He's like, fuck it, I'm out. I don't give a shit.
No, I was waiting. I'm making sure we're leaving all together because, of course, that's the way Ruby always would be.
Listen, Squid, the other boys are upstairs. I'm gonna be heading up there. No more trouble.
I see. A pincher attack. I should have expected it. I want you to understand that one of my best men is upstairs. If he has taken out one of yours, I was not aware of it at the time of this deal.
Yeah, well, my boys are pretty tough. I'm sure they can handle themselves, but I just want you to know, just so you know, I came up with the pincher attack idea. That was all me.
Roswell, man.
So I just want you to spread the word.
Ocho actually looks at you and goes, do you actually expect me to believe for any second that ridiculous cosplaying armadillo and the fat trucker came up with it? Of course you came up with it. I am assuming you are the leader of the group.
I can see you're a man of taste. And I appreciate it. If the situation was different, maybe we could be friends. However, if you want to open your mind, you should check out my podcast. No joke. This is no joke, Squid. I try to get up an episode a week, but sometimes guys like you throw a wrench into my plans. But maybe I'll drop a word in for you on the next stream.
He actually looks at you and goes, I assume, given your immense military strategy and tactics, that this podcast is classic history of military strategies and tactics. I will, of course, endeavor to check it out. This is the greatest game. This is the greatest game.
I know, dude.
Like,
oh my god.
Trying to be fancy and like playing with my yes. I assume you and your crew of 8 could learn quite a bit. But yeah, feel free to check it out anytime. Open your mind. Maybe it'll help you from taking some of these bad contracts with some of these 3-letter agencies and really open your eyes to what's going on in the world beyond the veil. You need to escape from the Matrix, bro.
He he looks at you and goes, "I'm not quite sure what all of that meant. However, the 848 is getting desperate to get done, and the contract was one. I'm not proud I took it in the first place, but it would have gotten all my people to safety, and the lives they so richly deserve. Finally, after years of fighting and strife. So, I made a mistake. I can admit that. I will say this, however you have done so, you seem to have found yourself on the wrong end of General Braddock. He is a man of means and determination. He will not stop, regardless of whether or not I walk away."
I didn't figure he would. Maybe from one tasteful man to another. You could give me some information about this Braddock so we could get ahead of the deal.
I am unfortunately a man, an octopus of honor. I cannot talk about my clientele. But I will say, he has bases in many different locations. And I will also say, I owe you one. He extends his hand. Should you need help in the future, find me, and the 848 will be at your side.
I'll reach out and I'm like, the conspiracy of life. I try to get one episode up a week. Sometimes things get busy.
He doesn't have a hand. He doesn't actually have hands, so his tentacle kind of like wraps around your wrist and you shake his tentacle like waggingly. This is when Tex and Bert come down the stairs. You come down the stairs, the octopus is there, Roswell's there, they're just tentacle shaking hand, just standing
Meet my subordinates.
Bert's like, do what now?
What did you just call us?
Well, this is my driver, and this guy's my hired gun. He's a freak, but he's real good, and he can drive a bike. Can he drive a bike?
Bert laughs and touches Tex's shoulder and goes, "I think we should let him have this one."
I look over at him, I look up at Bert, and I take off my hat and I bite it. I just...
the Ocho walks up to you guys and goes, "Again, we are at peace now. I apologize for the transgressions. I am glad to see you are both still alive. I hope to find my men the same. You may exit." And then he just kind of slinks past you guys.
I'll go up to Roswell and just... Wait, are you saying you managed to negotiate a peaceful
I love this.
surrender?
This game. I love this.
I'm insulted by your skepticism. I'll be honest with you. Tex, I thought you knew me better. We've been together for how long? I mean, almost since I was on 2 legs.
How many of them did you eat in order to get him to agree to such things?
Speaking of which, I am pretty hungry because I didn't eat any. Fucked up one pretty good, but it worked out for the best. And look at this. You said it was gonna be dangerous and impossible. Ruby's in one piece, as beautiful as ever, and and we just made 8 friends. Unless, of course, you two took one out, then it's 7. But
Bert's like, I really would struggle to use the word friends here.
No, there's hope for that 8-armed freak. Check out the podcast. He'll learn about everything that's going on in the world beyond the veil.
I'm gonna light a
You
cigarette.
and
I
that.
got a cigarette at that last truck shop. I'm just gonna light a cigarette.
Tex is gonna start smoking. Bert sees you smoking, goes, "Yeah, okay," and then he starts smoking too. He's actually gonna walk over to Ruby and goes, "Are you okay? Did they hurt you?"
I'm fine, but where's the girls?
Bert actually has this stunning this realization. You see some sweat on his face, and he goes, "Wait a second." He turns back to you guys and goes, "Stella didn't come here." And then we're gonna cut away. We see Stella at a payphone, hooks up the payphone, dials a number, and then on the other side, we see somebody hand Braddock a phone and go, "General, you're gonna want to take this." To be continued. Yeah. I can thoroughly say none of that happened the way I thought it was going to. Like, not one fucking piece of anything happened the way I thought it was going to. I actually didn't even think Roswell and Tex were going to go to the warehouse. I thought you guys would end up going after Stella.
Well,
Like, that's what I thought would happen, and then you both went to the warehouse thinking she had went there to turn herself in, which is smart. Oh no, it's smart. I totally think it's smart. I love that. I love the chaos. I never would have thought that Roswell was the one to broach peace between the two groups, which is exquisite. I do want to quickly say thanks to that dumb guy 84 Esquire for jumping in chat. I appreciate it, man. It was very nice to have somebody in there watching. Guys, this is so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give everybody a chance to plug, but before I do want to do a special plug. You're actually getting a double dose of Stump Gang this month, because next Thursday we're going to be doing a special session. Let me explain, and I will explain next Thursday as well. So the first campaign of this, where we started with just Wiz, and then we extended to Roswell in the final episode. The final episode of the first campaign was extremely important. It was the first time we met Roswell. It was the first time we really met General Braddock. There was a big final battle on a train. It was really cool. I screwed up the audio, and nobody was watching at that time to tell us I had screwed up the audio, so the entirety of the stream you could only hear me and none of the players. So here's how we're going to correct this, because I want to start posting this to podcast places, and it keeps me up at night knowing that there's one of these that is just not up there. So what we're going to do next Thursday is we're going to take it all the way back to campaign 1. We're going to redo the finale of the first campaign, and that doesn't mean Ruby isn't going to be there, because we're actually going to play out Ruby's origin with Birdsong, which is exciting. So somehow I'm going to fit all of that into a 2-hour session. Really, you should come to see how I do that shit. But so we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna resolve the first campaign the right way. Actually do it so you guys can hear us. So we will be back next Thursday with that special episode, and then we'll be back in January with more of the long road. So with that out of the way, Phil Billy, what do you want to plug, sir?
On the gaming side, I would love it if you guys checked out Baldur's Gate 330. That's me and Zach doing a playthrough of Baldur's Gate where we attempt to roleplay as our characters. And also, if you're here for the TTRPG stuff, please check out, and now's a perfect time to catch up on Astral Drive. All 15 episodes or whatever there are of season 1 are up right now, and we're taking a little break till the new year. So if you haven't caught up on that, please do so. It's awesome. We just had the finale, and shit got wild. So
Shit got very wild. We did just have the finale. We only took a finale because I needed some extra recording space for all the other things we do in December. Astral Drive, come on, Ben. What are you doing, man? Astral Drive, check it out. It's really good. Watch it from episode 1, and it's all in single mod. But Wiz, what do you want to plug, sir?
Okay, Wizard's Respite, my website as usual. Go over all things TTRPG. All of these episodes can be seen there as well. So you can watch all of Astral Drive. I'm gonna probably do a little bit of rearranging this weekend. So Astral Drive's gonna get its own page. As I have it right now, they're all kind of lined out. But I think each one of these shows are going to get their own page. I also am going to soon be selling these dice towers on the Wizard's Respite. They're a fun little way to add a little bit of dimension and noise to your rolling. Rolling them math dice, the math rocks.
Math rocks. I like that. All right. Hope Child, what do you want to plug?
I have a cool page that I make some custom design things on Facebook. It's Creative with Love by Jackie Rakes. I am adding some Christmas pins that are made by me. As well as, of course, I do make some pretty cool new tumblers and stuff. I do have like the Grinch tumblers and stuff for Christmas and stuff. So you can check those out as well.
They are sweet.
I pray one day there is an artist who draws all of your characters and we can have Ruby put those characters on a Tumblr for all of us. That'd be so
awesome, right?
That's the height, right? That's the mountain to
Hey.
climb. I'm sorry. I actually have one of these wonderful tumblers. It's upstairs.
Yeah,
Dirty.
mine's in the kitchen.
So sorry, Jackie. Usually we model them
You
on here.
guys are good. You're good.
But all right. As far as me, we have the Horrible Game Awards on the gaming side coming the week of Christmas, the Wednesday of Christmas. It was an exciting time to do that. We're finishing out the year with our yearly kind of podcast rushing. We've got the prediction show up and stuff like that. We've got plenty of Let's Plays still coming. Old Man General Manager is going strong. We've already recorded episodes through fucking April. It's ridiculous. Prelude to Divorce is back up and running. And then I've already plugged the Origins for next week. We'll probably chill out on the RPG streaming just because the holidays will be back in January. Astral Drive does return on January 3rd. And then we're already working on some other projects that may or may not be coming in the future on the RPG side. So stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. And I do also want to say big thanks to everybody because we finally hit 400 subscribers on Old Man Gaming. That was
Nice.
made my heart grow 4 sizes bigger. So thank you very, very much for that. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you keep watching and listening, we'll keep making them. Check out wizardsrespite.com. You can also check them out on Twitter and Blue Sky. You can check us out on Twitter and Blue Sky. You can also at Old Man Gaming 9. And then I think Axiom Games LLC on Blue Sky. We are also on Facebook at Old Man Gaming DH. And check us out on all the places. Join our Discord. You can influence all of our shows from there. And again, one more thanks to that dumb guy Esquire who has commented on literally every one of our plugs. So I appreciate it, man. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
All right.
Bye.